Unit 7 learning target number 5. Find the area of a trapezoid using the formula area is equal to 1/2 times the height times a plus b. So we're given a problem here to find the area of this trapezoid shaped tabletop. Got a nice little trapezoid shaped tabletop here, right there. And you'll remember trapezoids have that kind of sides going in two different directions. They're not our parallelogram. Those sides were parallel to each other. In a trapezoid, they're not. But this isn't the only shape of a parallelogram. Of a trapezoid. Some trapezoids will look like this. Some trapezoids might look like this. You never know. Just so long as you know that one side, two of these sides here. If you can see it here, we have two sides that are parallel. That makes it a trapezoid. Two sides are parallel and the other two aren't. Then we have a trapezoid. Okay, so anyways, moving on, we'll find the area of this trapezoid. Now this is the most complicated formula you're going to have to remember. And that formula is, just as it's written there, 1/2 times the height times a plus b. Now don't multiply a and b together. Lots of people want to do that. You can't multiply a and b together. You have to take 1/2 and then multiply that by the height and then add a and b together. So let's look at our picture over here. What is a and b? Well, a and b are these two parallel lines. We've got one line there and one line there. A is usually thought of as the shorter one and b is the longer one. So what we have to do then, we're going to plug those into our formula, is we'll take A and B and we're going to add them together. So A was 4. I'll change that color there to make it readable. A was 4 and B we had down here, B was 7. And so we're going to add those together. Now, what is our height? Well, in any problem you guys get, your height's going to be given to you in this nice little dotted line or something similar. And so our height is 3 centimeters. We've got our height of 3 centimeters. And then we just have to multiply that by 1/2. So I'm going to put that guy in parentheses. Now remember, we've got to add first. Remember, we've got these guys in parentheses, and PEMDAS says parentheses come first. So 7 plus 4 is 11. Then we're going to multiply 11 by 3 and multiply that by 1/2. 11 times 3 is 33. We'll multiply that by 1/2, and that means to simply divide it. Now, 33 is an odd number. So what is 33? I'm going to put this down here. I'm going to bring it down here. 33 over 2, or 33 divided by 2. Well, 2 goes into 33. Let's see. 2 goes into 33. 2 goes into 3 one time. Subtract it. That gives us 13. 2 goes into 13 6 times with a remainder. So we've got 13. 2 times 6 is 12 minus 12. That leaves us with 1. So 16 and 1 over 2. 16 and 1/2, or 16.5. Either one is acceptable. So in this case, the area of our tabletop up here is going to be 16 and 1/2, or 16.5 what? 16.5, ooh, this says centimeters. That doesn't make much sense. That should be meters. Meters squared. So these should be meters down here. Now, that is how we do it. Remember this formula. 1/2 times height times a plus b. And a plus b are our parallel lines within our trapezoid. Okay, now that we know how to find the area of a trapezoid, let's use it to solve a problem. Draw a trapezoid with bases of 5 centimeters and 8 centimeters and a height of 9 centimeters. We're going to calculate the area. Now, it's telling us to draw a trapezoid. We don't have a picture. We have to draw one. So let's try. We're not going to get it perfect, but we'll try. So here is, it says the bases, right? Remember, the bases are the ones that are parallel to each other. When it says the bases, they're the parallel lines. So we got one guy right here, and we've got, this one will be the 5 centimeter one. This will be the shorter one. And then we'll draw a slightly larger one here. I'll do that one there. And that can be the 8 centimeter one. It's not going to be perfect, but it'll be okay. And I've decided to draw, I could have drawn a trapezoid that looks like this. And that's good. I chose to draw one that looks like this. Okay? I want to draw it like this. Alright? Now, these are my bases, 5 centimeters and 8 centimeters. And I'm told that we have a height of 9 centimeters. So I'm just going to put 9 centimeters right there by my height. This is convenient. Now, if it had been something like this, my height would have had to have been over here, and I'd have to have 9 centimeters there. This would be 5, and this would be 8. Whichever you like. Now, we're going to calculate the area. And you remember we have our formula, right? Our formula was area is equal to 1/2 times the height times the two bases added together. So A plus B. Don't forget this formula. Don't forget to add these guys. So my two bases are A and B. So this is A and this is B. And I'll add those together. So 5 is A and 8 is B. Add those together. And then I'll remember to multiply by my height. Now you remember it gave me my height. My height was 9 centimeters. So 9 centimeters here. I'm going to put that in parentheses so I can see it. I have to multiply all that by 1/2. Now I'm going to pull out my calculator just to kind of speed this on a little bit. We can do it all by hand, but that's a little waste of time. 8 plus 5, we know that's 13. I'm not going to bother to use my calculator for that. Now, I know that that's times 9 times 1/2. So all these together. And again, commutative property says I can multiply these together in whichever order I want. So I'm going to choose to do 9 times 13 first. And 9 times 13 is 117. So that's going to be 117 times 1/2, which is the same as 117 over 2. 117 over 2, of course, is divided by 2. So I'm going to divide this by 2, and I'm going to get 58.5. 58.5. 58.5 what, though? And that is going to be centimeters squared, since we're dealing with area. My answer is 58.5 centimeters squared.